I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dude. Yeah. Fucking.
Because he's doing Chippendale, but it's like if I did it, right? That's what makes
Yeah,
it
but I
funny,
thought, yeah, but I thought he wanted something out of it, not just be laughed at.
right?
I think I missed it. Hello?
Well, I'm on my laptop now. I'm live streaming this for some fucking unknown reason.
Where are you at now?
Right? Do you want to do an intro or something?
We don't do that over at my channel. We just, just whatever, man. We do fucking intros, thumbnails. Just keep it raw and real. You know what I mean?
Right? So I don't understand. I just looked and realized the guy calls Rob a gay N word, and then he goes and makes his profile picture of him as pretty much a transsexual.
Right.
All right,
Right.
let's get some final words. I got to do a regular broadcast, and then I got to get on with the rest of my day, whatever that's going to look like.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for the motivation. And yeah, thanks for being here, Yurt. It's always great hearing your suggestions. I sound satirical, I know. I'm ready to fight. You just said I'm ready to fight. All right. Well, see you later. Jesus fuck Christ. Fuck is this world coming in? Shell, I'm ready. Make a shine. It's a sign. It's a spirit change for my sex change. Folks love a big transsexual man. Oh yeah, that makes me feel good. This moment of being beat down to a pulp. Just have Michelle Moretti make fun of me. That's gonna brighten my mood. Pile on, people. Just pile on. What the fuck did I go live for? I was gonna call my brother. I think you guys might enjoy that. I enjoyed it last time. I need family or something. I need that woman. What was her name? That bartender. I need her to come touch me again. When she touched me, it felt like a goddamn hug. She was smiling, touching me. It felt good. I'm gonna call my brother who hates me. Just can't stop taking the abuse. Chiquita, yo. Brian, you alright, bro? I don't know if you're making a joke because I say that you guys are alright, but maybe he's just saying you're alright. You know what I mean? Sean Moretti says, I love you. Yeah, it reminds me of my family. Like, we love you. I'm not sure why you feel like shit right now, but we love you. Hi, Brian. Can you plant tomatoes? Welcome, Nachikita. Let me just read this Lubass comment. Can you plant tomatoes? I'll give you a job. Jesus Christ. I mean, that Lubass is my boss. Nubs and Lubass are going to be my boss. My boss, you know. Got two offers, two bosses. What's up, Nachikita?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Didn't you watch the stream for the last hour?
I did. Yeah, I mean, like I think Paul was saying good stuff, man, to be honest. And he can be very direct. Hello. I'm gonna stay off camera for a little bit. I'm like kind of sitting down drinking some tea, but later on I can be on camera. But like I just came here to say hello, and like I was saying, I think he has a lot of good stuff to say, and I think we have to hit rock bottom. Every one of us. Sometimes we have to hit rock bottom multiple times. So I'm just trying to be encouraging. There's always some way things work out.
Right. I hear you, man. He said he doesn't like you, Nachikita. Speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, well, not everybody likes me. That's okay. I can't make everybody like me.
See, he's trying to talk over you. He didn't like your suggestion. So that's horrible advice I received.
Just because I give suggestions, that doesn't mean you have to take it, right?
Right. Right. He said he hates the hut that you're in. He said it's stupid.
No, it's probably true.
Wow, what's wrong with your hut?
I mean, nothing's wrong with it from my end, but if other people don't like it, what can I do about it?
Well, that's a good point. It's kind of like me with my life.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to like you for whatever reason. What can you do about it?
244 is the announcement. So what is a hut like? Are you in like a yurt what is a hut?
It's made out of like stone and mud, basically, and they do have like a concrete foundation and stuff, but it's kind of traditionally made,
Man, you ever make love to a man in that hut?
No. So you're curious about whether or not if I ever made love to a man, huh, Brian?
I don't know why you're laughing. You sound a little homophobic, dude. I mean, I'm just asking a question. If you ever,
No, I'm just curious. It's just funny. I'm just curious why that could be an option, rather than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, dude, everyone loves you, Nachikita. You gotta break it down a little bit. Every stream you go on, they're like, "Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with this guy. He's beautiful. Looks like he's
No,
maybe it's brilliant." I go on there. Like,
I appreciate that.
You got greasy hair. No one likes you.
That's not true. I'm here, man. I'm here to talk with you. I mean, I like you. I mean, like what the fuck? It's like self-deprecation stuff. You don't have to put anybody up on a pedestal, and you don't have to lower yourself at all. We're all human beings, and I'm 45. You're a little bit older than me. You're like what, 48? Right, Brian?
Yeah.
How old are you? Yeah, so we're almost similar in age, and I mean, like at this time, like we were supposed to have houses and picket fences and cars and a wife and kids and stuff. So there was some kind of a trajectory that is supposed to be there for us, but we took a different route. That's part of life, but I don't feel bad about that. I used to have a lot more money than I do now. It's okay.
Brian O'Shea, you're fucking it up, dude. You came on the metaverse and told us about the healing properties of piss. You told us about fat chicks and your comedy and all this. You're in Vegas, dude. You could start fucking lemonade stand. Try it like Brian O'Shea's famous piss stand in Vegas and explain the healing properties to the ongoers and lookers and have them take samples or something, dude. Like, you could make a difference. You could move brick fucking mountains, O'Shea. Melted mountains. You are O'Shea. You just
What's
gotta
up,
do
Snafu?
it.
Well,
What's going on?
you know how they say, you know how they say the wealth is within. You know, be the gold from within. So if this piss foot treatment operation that you're suggesting, making too much noise, Lubass.
I didn't.
Get birds chirping. Why don't you go ahead and mute it up?
Yeah, I'm serious though. In Vegas, the weird shit happens, right? So what would happen if you set up a piss stand, like you told us, out in Vegas, and told them about the...
Hold up, I'm trying to say something. I was in the middle of saying something about the values within. You got to be the gold within. You got to be the gold within. And, you know, when it comes to the piss, you know, see, I have everything I need inside. I just have to drink a lot of water, make jugs and jugs of piss. I mean, that's like liquid gold for the foot treatment operations.
And I'm telling you to share it to the world.
So I get to give women foot treatment with the golden piss and charge them appropriately.
My God.
You know, I charge them the same price of gold, whatever the price of gold is. That's what I charge for the foot treatment. That's how valid. You know what I mean? You guys ain't into that? All right, guys. I you know, when I have the silence and turn it over to you guys, Jesus fuck Christ. Lubass just has to fumble around. I thought Lou was
gonna eat one of those little chickens.
It's not birds, it's breathing heavy. It's not fucking breathing heavy and birds. It's clanging and banging and shuffling and what the fuck?
Or crickets.
Look at that light just hurting our eyes. Even his camera, it's this stupid greasy fat face, and then the sun just blinding our eyes. It's like,
oh my gosh.
Brian, I'm not joking though. Vegas is the place to do your crazy.
Go ahead, Nachiketa.
Oh no, I mean, for me, I think you can do like an angry comedy bit. I think you'd be very good at it. Yeah, I mean, you're already kind of, you know, not happy, and then, you know, just incorporate that and make fun of yourself.
Not happy? What the fuck is he talking about? He's talking about I'm not happy.
Yeah, well,
no.
Why aren't you happy, Brian?
No, I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean, like you know, a little bit like kind of angry.
Brian, you look depressed as shit.
Right, get happy, man. Get happy, man. Come on. Why are you not happy?
All right. Let me. Maybe I gotta sit up straight. Okay, what's the key to happiness? I think I gotta sit up straight. All right, let me manifest some happiness here. I gotta sit up straight.
What part of you, Brian? What part of you did that woman touch? Your arm, your back, your side?
Yeah, she went like this. She touched my shoulder, and her elbow hit like my forearm. She went like.
And
this.
what happened? What happened in you when she did that?
Felt like someone gave me a hug. You ever get that feeling when someone gives you a hug? It gives you like a goosebump warm feeling.
You miss it, Brian?
Yeah, she smelled real nice too.
Do you miss
the touch? Her like Joe Biden?
Do you miss the touch of a woman, Brian?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
No, Lou Bass. He was thinking about going by.
Sometimes I do too, Brian.
I don't like this cadence and demeanor you got going.
Well, maybe Lou Bass and Brian should meet up and go on a hike.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
What are you scared about, Michikita?
No, I'm just joking.
You're in India. You could have 10 women rubbing your toes. You could have one fanning you, one feeding you grapes.
Why would I want that now? Why is that something that I want?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you need a woman, there's a lot of women in.
Hold up, I got disconnected for a second. Where did we leave off? I was saying, Lou Bass, I'm not used to you being all nice and therapeutic type when you're like, I do too.
Because he's flirting with you. He wants to fucking.
Hold up.
What's happening?
I don't know, man. It's like this internet connection is weird, dude. You guys keep dropping and coming back. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The spirit is playing pinball.
Lou, just ask him the question.
What was the question?
Just ask him, Lou, straight up, point blank. Hug a buddy, fuck a buddy.
No, I don't want to fuck Brian. He's not my type. I'm into softer, gentler people.
I noticed Yurt shaved his man bun. He seems
with vaginas. Vaginas? Vaginas? No, I know what it feels like sometimes. You know, I've been avoiding having women in my life. You know, I've had a few women wanting to be in my life, and I just kind of keep them at arm's length. And I don't know, maybe I just don't feel like I'm ready to have a woman in my life right now.
Well, you made
no one cares. Yeah, no one cares.
But you know what? Sometimes it's just that touch, right?
Oh my God, can this dude be any more
creepy? So go get laid.
Fuck.
Gentle touch. Women are softer than men, right?
Is he ever gonna shut the fuck up, dude? Just rambling. What the fuck is he talking about? How do I put just two people that I want up on here? I want him and fucking homeboy up there.
Who's homeboy?
Fabio.
Hey Fabio, how you doing? Are you having a good day,
that means
Fabio?
grease. That means you greasy and you suck. That's in Portuguese.
Fabio, we're glad to have you here, brother. Can you smile if you're happy to be here?
Cara.
I knew you were happy.
All right, go ahead. Oh, that's a Portuguese song about grease pigs. It's an ancient Portuguese tale about grease and pigs. Pig grease. He gets excited because he's like, "Wow, he reminds me of my old stories my grandmothers used to tell me about pigs."
Vocês és português? Fábio, vocês és português? Sim? Nem Azores, no Portugal, no Brasil. Onde é que tu estás?
Mr. Fabio.
Sem cortar, pororó.
That means take a shower. I can smell you from my fucking computer monitor.
He's in Portugal. Fábio, quantos anos tu tem? Quantos anos tu tem, Fábio? Quanto?
42.
Go fuck yourself, he said. Why does he talk to you like that?
He's Portuguese. You'd be surprised how lucid some of these people can be internally, but have lack of control.
See, he's trying to say he doesn't like what you're saying.
Yeah, but
when he bangs around like that.
He's trying to take fuck off, Blue Bass.
Sometimes when they're doing that, they're letting you know that they're understanding what you're saying because they don't have the external control of themselves, but internally they're more.
What is he talking about? What the fuck?
I'm talking about, trust me.
Fabio, Lou is acting like your doctor.
No. I just worked with these people for several years.
Oh, okay.
We've got spots out in the hallway.
Okay.
Got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but Lou, you know this dude be trolling with you know who he came
with the what?
I don't think he did.
Hey, it sounds like Brian is getting kicked out of this location or something. I want to.
Right.
Trying to stop the avalanche.
Fabio, do a trick.
He's not a seal, Snafu. He's a human being.
Yeah.
See how he left when you said that? Believe me, they're more clear on the inside than you would imagine. They just don't have the control of their words, their body, their external self. But their internal self is much more lucid than people understand.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Right on.
I worked with those people for years, and I got to understand them a lot more than more than I ever did, let's say, based on the time that I spent with them. And
Just on the other side.
yeah, it's sad because they, believe me, they are much more clear on the inside than they are on the outside. They just lack the control.
It's like a
you can be
spectrum of
more
autism.
compassionate with that kind of perspective, with people like that. I think that's
Yes.
a very good thing
Yeah.
to have that compassion.
Yeah,
I had
but
a
I think you guys, I think you guys don't get it. This dude came from fucking
No,
you know who with the
stop.
wrestling midgets.
Snafu.
Give me a break,
Stop.
dude. He's a
Stop.
trolling. He's a troll. Don't fucking like, dude. Come on.
Snafu. Stop.
Come on.
Stop. The guy came with nobody. I'll tell you right now. I guarantee you, he knows what he's doing
Dude,
with
he
the
showed up
computer.
after the wrestling midget bullshit. Look at him,
doesn't
bro. Come
mean
on.
a
After all that
thing.
shit went down, come
Doesn't.
on.
Oh Lord, man, you're incredible. It doesn't mean a thing.
Not Cicada.
Yo, what's up?
I don't know. I just kind of want me and you to hang out for a little bit. Those other guys
Okay.
are kind of bugging me. Kind of like energy, just me and you. Those guys kind of. It's been a stressful
wish.
day. I don't need those guys. Like, they just bring a certain energy, dude. It's just like I don't need the shenanigans right now, dude. My morale's a little low. Just like being here with you, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, energy is very important. It's everybody has kind of an energy, and it can be felt through the voice, and through these apps, and it's okay for people to kind of swing back and forth, whatever. You know what I mean? But we want to look for like kind of an equilibrium. You can be high and excited, and then you get really bored and depressed and stuff like this. But like if we can find that equilibrium, I think that's a good place. It's like contentment type of deal,
Right. That's kind of what I was feeling. Like, man, if I was able to like, I don't know, man. I was kind of feeling that, but then the job, the work thing kind of dried up. But it's like, I just gotta, I don't know.
I find it. This is just my personal opinion, but like if an individual can, ignite themselves to become like an attractive individual, like you imagine yourself like you look at somebody and say, hey, that person exudes like confidence, like Paul, like a lot of people find him attractive in that sense. He's got a very strong spirit, and a lot of other very intelligent people here as well, people who can talk very well. So there are all these qualities, and if you can just bring that all to yourself and imagine yourself to be like that kind of a person, maybe you can start becoming like that.
I like you, not Chiquita, but there's too much cupcakeness sometimes, and people are too.
Anyways, not Chiquita. We were having a lovely little moment there. I don't know what happened. Someone's coming in and out.
I get it. He like I can come off as like too positive and cupcakey, and that's fine. And I'm not the toughest guy in the world. I'm not going to claim that, So, yeah, I'll accept that for what it is.
Lou, do not eat one of those chickens.
I mean, these people just can't shut the fuck up. It's like, to see my morale's low. I'm kind of, me and you are just going back and forth a little bit. They just can't hang back and just enjoy the moment with everyone, just create a vibe.
Yeah.
They just gotta, interject their nonsense,
For me, Brian, I tell you, honestly, I like the fact that you're so open and you're so willing to kind of present yourself. And I've only seen you guys, last few days and stuff, but I've been very fascinated by everybody here, and Paul as well, and OTW, Patrick, and other people whom I met. And, we all are having our own individual, like, human experiences, and different people are at different places in life, and I try to like be supportive in sense. I might not have a lot of money, but at least I can support with my time and attention and energy, and if we can share some stories, or ideas, that's always good. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Mm-hmm. We got Jason C, Top G, Jonathan Montero, Christy Lee Dolls, Pants on the Ground, Freedom Grower, Jason C. We got Paul Enslaved, Nachiketa, Salty Sun. We got the whole crew here. You know what I mean? We got Jake, Michelle Moretti, Blue Bass. I mean, yeah, it's just like we're doing the thing, How you doing?
Pretty good. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Feels good to sit down and get my new best friend, Nachiketa. I'm sad that you're so far away from me, dude. I wish we could just be in the same room together, Yeah, you don't have to respond to that. That's
Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. So this is what we got, and this is what we're going to work with, right? And I find it's good to just kind of in these moments to just breathe, focusing on breathing, and just kind of, try to be aware of all the stuff that's going on around myself, and just try to find things that I can be grateful for. I've had a lot, I had nothing, I've had something, and then I had nothing again, and then I got something. Life is ups and downs. Everybody makes plans, and God dashes it against the ground, and you're washed upon the shores. So we have to, find some balance every moment, and see what the fundamentals are. What is the very basic thing? Breathing is basic. What are you going to do? Try not to breathe, and see how grateful for you are for breathing. Try to hold your breath. Throw yourself underwater and see how long that you can stay under there without breathing. And then breathing becomes fundamental. Sometimes people fast. I fast every once in a while, not because I can't afford the food, but because it's good practice. And know what it means to not eat for a day. It's not a big deal. A day of not eating, it's not a big deal. I've done 6 days. I've done 3 days of like water fasting, and other people have done much more. It's not a comparison thing, but after you starve yourself for a couple of days,
Oh, wait a second.
Well,
I muted.
just make sure you open the windows so the smell of your weed doesn't go up to your mom's kitchen when you're in the basement smoking weed.
Oh my God, I can't even. We were muted for a second. I called my brother, guys, and I can't even get away from. They gave me the business this morning, Kevin, and I was looking for a little morale boost, and then you just came with that joke, and
I wasn't joking.
oh well, that's even worse. My morale's even lower now.
So what's going on? I got 5 minutes. I'm going to see the cable guy. My cable's out.
Well,
I got to be home for the cable guy.
Well, I'm going to be playing some poker tournaments and be for investors. I might play some small stakes, so you might have to put up 1,000 like you did last time. You could put up I don't know, $50, $100, and then you got to come to when you come to town. You got to get on my live broadcast and say hello to the people. You like when I call my family?
I'll come to Vegas and play poker myself. I don't need to back you.
Right, I got to get my own shit. That's what I keep hearing from people.
Yeah.
So I like your
So
style.
where do you live in Vegas?
I live in my car wherever I want.
Oh, okay. Well, that's handy.
Right. It's like a mobile home.
Not really, but okay, I'll go with you.
Right. It's more of a homeless situation, but I guess it could be worse. Maybe.
Yeah, well, at least you got a radio show.
Right. Even if I make no money at it, and yeah.
Well, look at Joe Rogan. You got to start somewhere.
All right. Yeah. Look at Joe Rogan. He said he used to pick up nickels out of the couch to buy a sandwich. So you got to start.
Well, there you have it.
Right.
All right. Well, listen, I got to go. I got to go see the cable guy. So unless you got something to ask me, I'm out of time here.
What do you think of my moral character?
I don't know. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Based on previous past history, what do you think of my moral character?
You're no Mother Teresa. Just put it that way.
Whoa. I think the audience could read between the lines on that. I'm trying to think of another question before you leave. I don't know. When's the last time you had sex?
None of your business.
Okay. That's fair enough. You don't have to answer that. I figured I'd take a shot, though. The audience likes when I get provocative like that.
Right.
I didn't mean to freak you out. If I call again, we don't have to go down the sex route. But
Didn't freak me out.
right. But yeah, we'll get to it. Get to your day, and I appreciate you picking up the call. And I'll see you in Vegas, brother.
All right, Brian. Bye.
All right, see you later. That was my brother. My brother. He's actually my brother from another father. You know how I got that brother from another mother? He's a brother from another father. See how I say father?
Mm-hmm.
You guys actually been muted and quiet on your own, or?
Yep.
All right, let's call my mother now. Since I can't have any fucking content, all I got to do. And eventually, no one's going to talk to me. This is the only good content I have is calling family members. Eventually, they're going to be like, stop picking up the call. He's fucking going through some sort of midlife crisis, mental breakdown.
We love you, Brian.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, hey, Mother. Say hello to the world. You're on a live stream.
Oh, hello.
They really liked your last not a performance. Your last what's the word? The last time you were on my show, whatever it's called.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they say you sound adorable.
Oh,
And they like
well,
your.
I am adorable.
Yeah, they said they like your giggle laugh.
Well, that's nice.
Michelle Moretti says, "Hi, Mama O'Shea."
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle's got a big fat ass. I like it.
Oh. Like Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, exactly. Except she's not a weird.
Oh.
Except she's not a weirdo. She's a very innocent, demure woman.
Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Right. I think Kim Kardashian's got herpes, and I'm pretty sure Michelle Moretti doesn't. So there's probably a difference there. We got our friend. Remember my friend we talked to last time? That guy Paul.
Yes.
Well, he's back. I don't know if you want to say hi to him.
Hi,
Yeah,
Paul.
so O'Shea, I got another product placement offer for you.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Yeah, it's a makeup line, white goo.
Oh, white goo.
Yeah,
Makeup.
and I'm looking for someone who can do the product reading.
Hey, Mom, do you wear makeup?
Very little.
Well, I mean, when it comes to white goo, you really don't need much. Little dab will do you. You know what I mean?
White glue?
Goo,
No.
like GOO, goo.
Oh, white goo.
Yeah. So let's say,
I use very little makeup. I don't like a lot of makeup. But
right.
everybody tells me I look very young for my age. My brother Frank, the nurse was down to see him, and she said, "Oh, is this one of your daughters?"
Well, check it out,
And
Ma.
Frank
Right,
said,
I was just thinking maybe we could get someone to do the ad, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
when
so
I'm
Ma.
wanting to go out on the town, sometimes I cover my face in white goo.
"Oh, why would you cover it in white gook?"
No,
Well,
it's
no, that's the not gook. That's please. There's an Asian here. It's white goo. It's like a conglomeration of. It's an Asian term. It's a conglomeration of the word white goo because it's a white consistency. This cover up makeup stuff, but it's Wagyu. right? But it's like the way we say it, it's like white goo, you know. I don't know if she
Or
can hear me.
Wygook. Wygook, is that how you pronounce it? Wygook?
Maybe.
Yes. So Mom, here's the sentence. You say, since I'm making the product, right? You say my son Brian has this new product. So you say, when I look, the way I keep my skin so fresh is I put my son's white goo on it. Could you go ahead and say that?
White goo?
Yeah. So go ahead and say, my skin looks radiant from my son's white goo.
Okay, my son my face looks radiant from my son's white goo.
Oh, wonderful.
Right. You know, she's got a talent for this reading stuff. And you're telling me that she's never done any professional work?
Yeah, Ma, you've never done professional advertising work?
No.
All right, so she's a natural then. All right, well, I mean, this is good to know. We can pretty much bring anything to her table, and she can get it done.
So how about this one? Because I'm going to partner with Rob Cleveland and say, when I go out on the town on a Saturday night and I want to look fresh, I put Rob Cleveland's white goo all over my face.
Okay, when I go out on the town on a Saturday night, I like to look fresh. And I put, what's his name?
Rob Cleveland.
Rob Cleveland's white goo all over my face.
Right. And that's, you know, it's sort of, this is a great product, Mrs. O'Shea, right? We're going to send out a case at some point so you can check out this white goo, you know, up close and personal. Yeah, it's a great product for the women. It's a cover up concealer. It's got many aspects to it. Go ahead, O'Shea.
Right. We had this other product called Liquid Silk, and it wasn't selling that good. So we had to take the essential ingredients in there and transition it to this white goo. So it's kind of it's a win-win. We got this over surplus of Liquid Silk, and because that's what branding is. Like we said, like if something went wrong with Target with that shirt, they're just going to rebrand and change the name. So it goes from Liquid
and then
Silk.
Here's the crazy thing about it, because it's made with all natural ingredients. You can drink it too as a supplement. And this is, again, a groundbreaking idea in products, is now not only products you can use externally, but internally also, because they're all natural, right? So go ahead, O'Shea. Give her the read on drinking the whole product.
Yeah. So here it is. It's my son, Brian, is into drinking from UT therapy. Can you start with that? Say son. Brian,
no, that's horrible. This is why, again, you're horrible at what you do.
No, UT therapy. You don't even know what that is. I'm trying to transition to something here. I got something here.
Yeah, it's not working for me. All right, I'll let it go.
Hey, you got to have some confidence. It's going to pay off. So, say my son Brian likes to chug the Liquid Gold from UT therapy, but I prefer to chug white goo. So
say that again.
So yeah, we got to break it up. No, it's a long sentence. You say, my son Brian drinks the Liquid Gold from UT therapy.
Okay. My son Brian drinks the Liquid Gold from UT therapy.
But I prefer to chug the white goo.
But I prefer to chug the white goo.
I don't know, man. I was worried about making money here, but
yeah, I think you got it.
All
I think you guys are making fun of me.
Well,
no.
I really wish this was someone else's mother we were doing this to. I'm not gonna lie, but I think you're kind of I don't know. I'll let Paul handle it. He's since he doesn't have the blood
right. And
connection.
someone down there is saying, "I see why Paul will never be anyone or go anywhere in life." Just apparently this segment, which you did it. I just kind of added in a little bit. Yeah, this is apparently it. This is why I'm nobody and never go anywhere in life. Whatever. Stick to doing heroin and sleeping in a tent. Yeah, those are two things I plan on not doing any longer. But thank you for your contributions and support.
Oh,
Heroin intent. Got it.
Hey, Ma, I told everyone on stream one time, John was sick and you had to give him a suppository. And he was crying his eyes out. And I told him I walked in on you giving him a suppository. Remember any of that?
when he was a baby?
I don't know. I was old enough to walk around, and so he's 4 years older than me, and I'm old enough to remember. I don't know. See, this is the thing. I don't know if I could trust my memories. Maybe it wasn't even you. Maybe there was no suppository. Maybe I'm making all this up. I don't know, but figured I'd get your opinion on it since I did tell the whole world about it.
I don't remember giving him a suppository.
Oh. So I don't know. I thought you were I don't know, maybe you were happy that he was going to be getting healthy. Kind of had this gleeful look in your eye, but he was crying.
Well, it's possible that sometimes the antibiotics, if you guys were sick, the doctor would give a suppository instead of take the medicine.
Right.
So
Oh.
that's probably, that could very well be.
Yeah. You got the brown goo on your finger when you gave him that suppository, you know what I mean?
No, you just wash your hands off after, that's all, or wear those little gloves.
Yeah, you just took the dishwashing glove from under the sink and then use that, you know what I mean?
No, the little doctor gloves.
Oh. I didn't know you had those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll work.
So how are you doing? What you been up to?
I live in my car. It's kind of hot here in the summer in Vegas. I live in my car. I live stream though. I don't really make much money from it, but I still do comedy. I don't make any money from that. What else is going on? I just lost my TaskRabbit job, so I don't know.
You don't make any money from comedy?
Things have took a turn for the worse. Yeah, no, and sometimes you got to pay. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore, but I have in the past. You pay $5-10 for 5 minutes. It's kind of a cruel joke.
The problem is, Mrs. O'Shea, he's not funny, and this can be challenging if you're a comedian.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it can be very challenging because there's just so many of them out there.
Can Brian borrow like $20? He's going to play poker. He says he's a prodigy.
Can he borrow $40?
Yeah, he says he's really good at poker, so I don't believe him. So I figure, maybe like you make a small.
I'm getting a roof putting on the house over here now, and I gotta have a walk-in shower put in. So.
Yeah, not happening. All right, I got you. I don't blame you. I'm not giving it to him either because I think he's full of shit. Excuse my language.
Hey, Mom, how come the family doesn't like me very much?
Of course they like you. You just think that.
Oh. Yeah, I get up in my head a lot, I guess.
They all like you. They're always asking, if I hear from you and how you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, it's not that they don't like you. They just see a stunning lack of success in your life, and it's concerning.
Yeah. What do I tell them?
What was it? Okay, she's going the next step. What does she tell people when they ask what the reason for stunning lack of success is? Yes, go ahead. What do you tell those people?
I always tell them you're doing okay,
Oh,
you lied.
Lies. Right. That's what most mothers do. They lie. They say, yeah, he's doing fine.
Well, I don't know. He tells me he's doing okay, so, what?
It's all a sham, Mrs. O'Shea. All right? It's all lies.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, if the police came knocking on your door and they said, do you think Brian is the type of person to shank a Spider-Man costume guy on the Las Vegas Strip for digging in on his turf? Do you think you would? How would you respond to that?
How would I respond to that?
Yeah, what if they told you I murdered a Spider-Man guy for moving in on my spider turf on the Las Vegas Strip? Would you
I'd ask him if it was it a real spider?
No, because they're trying to determine my moral character. Would you be like, they're asking you, does Brian seem like the type that would do that? What would you tell him?
I'd say no.
So once again, you'd lie to him, huh?
No, I wouldn't lie to him. I wouldn't think that you would do that.
Well, what if he's moving in on my turf, trying to take the food out of my mouth? What else? What am I going to do? I mean, there's only so much spider turf on the Las Vegas Strip. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've never been to Las Vegas. I don't know what it's like.
Can you say? I thought I had a different ad read, but I was going to go somewhere with the spider web shootings. Combine it with the white goo somehow. I don't know. There's something there.
Now, is Paul still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Oh.
He's my motivational life coach.
Yeah, so even Mrs. O'Shea rather talk to me than her own son. Go ahead, Mrs. O'Shea. I deal with this a lot.
No. I'm just saying that my son Kevin.
He was just on the stream, Ma. We just had Kevin talking to the audience. Just didn't mean to interrupt.
Can fly him up any time that he wants to come back to, if he wants to go back to Chicago, and he'll help him out anytime.
What if I want to go to Ireland?
I won't call him.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Mrs. O'Shea, I think that's another sham. I just heard him on the phone. He ain't too thrilled with Brian either. So I think he's just telling you that to keep everyone in good graces, but he's not having him back there. That's what I get from it.
Yeah, Kevin was just on the show right before you, Ma.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, he was not. Are you kidding me?
See, now you're calling me a liar in front of
right.
45 people.
Mrs. O'Shea, can you believe 45 people is enough for a broadcast?
What was that?
Right.
He's asking if you think 45 people is enough people for me to be broadcasting. Is that a large enough audience?
Well, 45 is not bad.
She's going back to the old days where you could only do a show in a tavern. You could only get 50 people in there.
I just put the
Why are
nice
you always
prayer
huffing
on.
and puffing, O'Shea?
Going through changes over here. I'm tired, frustrated. Going through a
Why are
minute.
you frustrated? Why are you frustrated?
Because I'm 48 years old and I live in my car in the middle of the summer in the hottest. I drove out to the hottest goddamn place in America to live in my car in the summer.
There isn't any work going on?
There's no air conditioning either. No work, no air conditioning. It's a goddamn nightmare.
No woman.
No woman. This girl touched my shoulder this morning and it felt like, I don't know what it felt like.
The climax, Mrs. O'Shea. You believe that?
It was a white. Speaking of white goo, can we get back to the ad? No, anyways, yeah, it felt wonderful. Felt like, what did it feel like? I don't know. It felt like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. All she did was touch my shoulder out of kindness because she saw me freaking the fuck out. She wanted to calm me down a little bit.
It's 65 degrees here in Ireland, but it's still cool because
Yeah, thanks,
right
man.
by the ocean.
Appreciate that, dude. Oh, no problem, dude. Yeah, appreciate that.
Hey, you're gonna have to leave. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate that. You guys are cool.
Hey, everyone's just, no, you don't want it over here. Trying to boost my morale. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? With your greasy hair.
O'Shea, I gotta go live in a minute, but if you're gonna stay out, I'll restream you.
All right, I appreciate it. Oh, all right, Ma. Say goodbye to Paul.
Okay, bye, Paul.
All right, Mrs. O'Shea. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lovely woman, that Mrs. O'Shea. I don't know how she gave birth to such a cretinous.
Yeah, your mom's cool, man. Your mom's awesome.
That's not
Dude,
Cicada.
and she knew you guys were like kind of pulling on her leg. I mean, she found out.
She's still here. There's no need to talk about it in third person.
Oh, she's still there?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm sorry. You're very amazing. I think
That's not Cicada. That's my gay lover, Mom.
oh my God. You wish. You wish, Brian. You can't afford me.
We're gonna make an ass baby together, Ma. Have you heard about that? The new ass baby craze?
Don't tell her yet, Brian. Nothing has been agreed upon.
Well, what he means is the science hasn't been fully. But we're gonna take the experimental. We're gonna sign away the paperwork. We're gonna, that's what.
Okay, just run with it, Brian. Just run with it.
Oh, we're gonna run with it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I got the Kansas Squirt on the screen, Mom.
You got what?
Got the Kansas Squirt on the screen.
What's that?
It's a soda. It's called Squirt. It's a grapefruit. What does it say? It says thirst quencher, caffeine free. It says ruby red, natural flavor grapefruit soda. You ever had a Squirt?
I think I did, but it's a long time ago. But I don't really like it, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all over here.
You know who really likes it?
Oh,
Jack Talcott.
Jack who?
Jack Talcott.
Who's that?
He's this sort of life coach guru.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's we're trying to get him a advertising deal here with Squirt products. So if you could say when Jack Talcott is dehydrated, I make sure to give him a bunch of my Squirt.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, well. We already got the ad reads from before, so that really doesn't matter. We got it all recorded and locked up, so we'll send you the checks in the mail once we finalize this deal.
Yeah.
We've already said it all in a live broadcast, so we've trademarked it. We've got you locked in. We're going to send you your fair share. I mean, don't get me wrong, but we're definitely going to use the clips that you've already made.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, we need some B-roll though. We need some extra, in case when we get to post-production, there might be some certain elements we got to splice in, editing and whatnot. It's the business.
Yeah, just say you're part of the company, right, Ma? You end up like agreeing to ownership of the company, and then and since Jack Talcott's the face of it, you say something like, "Jack Talcott loves my Squirt." So I might be a little. Go ahead.
Jack Talcott?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jack Talcott loves my Squirt.
Yeah, that was good. All right, add this.
Everybody laughing.
Because
why does she always? Is there some kind of interference? Nobody's laughing on this end that I'm hearing.
I'm
Is there some background noise there, O'Shea, or what? What do you?
I know, because they're just jealous, Mom. Let me just add this part to it. Say, I may be a mature woman, but Jack Talcott still loves my Squirt.
I may be a mature woman, but Jack Talcott loves my Squirt.
That was awesome, Mom. We get these miscreants up here. They just like to laugh at our brilliant ideas. Don't worry about them. They do that all the time. They're always contrarians. You know what that means? When someone's contrite.
Yeah.
They're cankerous. They're contorted.
Contrite? O'Shea, come on. You're embarrassing yourself in front of your mother here. She's a very intelligent woman. Again, I don't know what happened there. It's like something skipped over a generation. You can clear here. She's clearly with it. She's intelligent. You're just mixing up words.
Yeah, contrite means expressing remorse or penance or guilt. I was trying to, what's the word? It's like cantankerous. I don't know. I'm trying to sound smart like Paul.
Contrary.
Contrarians.
Contrarian. Are you a contrarian?
Inflated,
Brian?
contrite, and contrarian. Not Cicada. We don't need to have a lover's quarrel here on the main stage. Let's save it for the bedroom.
Well, I mean, I thought you're, airing dirty laundry out already, so we might as well just get it over with.
Oh, I see what I mean, Mom.
Now, Mrs. O'Shea, what do you feel about your son being with a man?
An Asian man at that.
Do you think the family would be like, well, we kind of always knew he was gay?
Well, he didn't even know. He didn't even know.
You should watch the stream from earlier on Paul Enslaved if you enjoy me being humbled, Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing like a good ego deflation in my family. They love when my ego gets obliterated.
Listen, Brian, we care about you, okay? So you can play this victim game. The stench of failure was permeating the whole room, and we had to step in and do something about it. All right? People want to see you succeed in life and take care of yourself properly. Sure, that's what Mrs. O'Shea wants. Isn't that right, Mrs. O'Shea?
That's right.
Right. So stop being a loser failure. That's all we're trying to say. You want to bring all this
Mrs. O'Shea.
We don't love you. We don't like you. You can't bring Nachikita, your new boyfriend, home to Christmas dinner. No one said that. We just said we need to see more effort from you. Isn't that right?
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. That's right.
Right.
I have a question, Mrs. O'Shea. You know Brian well. What motivates him? What does he like? What motivates him?
Clearly, Asian men.
Besides Asian men, I mean that's true for most everybody. Paul.
He likes traveling. He likes traveling. I guess that motivates him.
Okay. What would inspire him?
What would inspire him?
Yeah, what would inspire Brian?
You're working this, right? Go ahead and ask him super quick.
Probably if he could, he's always talked about getting into comedy and maybe acting a little bit. I think he would really enjoy something like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, they kind of miss this feeling of like belongingness, and I think a lot of people here on the internet, they also kind of feel similarly that way, where they might have, been like a black sheep or something, and they find other people who are kind of like them. And I think we're just kind of like a bunch of misfit toys here on the metaverse. And it's amazing. It's great. But at the same time, I think there's something to be said about, just kind of getting this feeling about like what it means to be a family. I myself I am adopted from Korea, to a family. I never knew my biological parents, and I wish I had. And Brian is lucky that he has connection to his biological mother. He should be grateful for that.
The nearest one is once you face the hallway to the right side, it's going all the way to the lake. On the right side, there's another access.
Well, I mean, the family really, they all care about him.
Get Uber there, bus.
Well, we're trying to get to a computer shop on the other side of the building.
Oh, are you talking about the WSOP? Or just
Kevin, my son, Kevin especially, if he called him for anything, he would help him out at any time.
We just had him on the stream. He didn't seem. I don't know. He didn't seem too enthusiastic, as you make it sound.
Really? What did you ask him?
ask him. No, I mean we just had a conversation, but you could feel the vibes from the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Lost balance left.
yeah, but I think Brian, I think you'll be all right, man. You know, there's always going to be something, and it's wonderful that you have such a cool mother, you know, to hang out with and talk to. I can barely talk to my mom sometimes. She doesn't really have a lot of time for me, unfortunately. You know, she's very old too. She's like almost 90. My mom.
Hey, Mom, is it cool if I give you not Chiquita's number to you, to your number to him, and you guys can talk sometime?
Who?
Not Chiquita.
No, I don't really like giving my number out, honestly.
Yeah, I think we just met today. It would be a little bit too awkward and forward to be asking something like that. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity to speak, ma'am.
Oh, of course. You know, I just saw on Facebook today where this woman, 105, she just ran a 100-meter marathon. Isn't that amazing?
Not really. How far? Oh, 100. Oh, because of her age. Sorry, I was doing something. Yeah.
Very amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
I was talking to a man the other day that's 97, and he still does his own cooking, everything. He painted his house on the outside. He has every one of his teeth still.
Whoa.
At 97 years old, and he don't eat any junk. He just cooks good food for himself, you know, for a couple of days at a time. It's amazing.
Yep, absolutely.
And he used to date your Auntie Anne when she was young, like about 15 or 16.
Whoa.
Not really. They were more like, you know, friends, that type of thing.
Right. Sorry, Mom. I'm multitasking over here.
Did you ever get your passport in order?
No.
You should. You could just come to Ireland for a bit.
What do you think about that, Not Chiquita?
Oh, I think it's a good idea. You know, visit your mom and your family and, you know, do a little bit of a reset and then, you know, come back out if you can.
Could pull my shenanigans in the Las Vegas of Ireland. Now, which part of Vegas, Ireland would be considered most closely to resemble Vegas?
Well, I've never been to Vegas, so, well, probably Dublin, I imagine. You've been to Dublin, right?
Yeah, I've been to Dublin. It's not quite Vegas, but they got a few bars.
But Dublin is very, very busy and very crowded. It's like downtown Chicago or New York, so I don't really care for it, you know.
When did you come to the States, Brian?
I was born in the States. My mom was born in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
But I am an Irish citizen. I have dual citizenship.
Yeah. That's cool. I would love to visit Ireland. If I had the money, I would love to go to Ireland, hang out. I don't know. I don't really drink, so that wouldn't be really my scene, but I would love to just travel around there, go to different bars, see what what the people are like. You know, I think it would be really, I think Ireland is very beautiful. I've seen a lot of photos of these cliffs and oceans there.
Oh yeah, they get a lot of tourists over here, especially golfing now too, because they have some really nice golf courses.
Oh man, I'm horrible.
I met a man last summer that there was 10 of them that came to Ireland to golf, and they were from 10 different states. I thought that was really cool. They were from 10 different states, 10 of them, and they do this once a year, go to different countries to play golf.
Wow.
And, they're older, they're retired, they're probably in their, 70, 75, that age. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just Googled white goo to try to get some images. I don't suggest it to anyone. It's quite disturbing.
Yeah.
I don't know what these people are thinking about. Something's going on. But anyways, hey, Ma, why don't you tell Nachiketa about the circumstances of you leaving Ireland and how old you were when you came to the States?
I was 15 when I came to the States, 15 years old.
Yeah, lay it all out. What was going on? Who you came here with? Why you left?
Well, my older sister and her husband they were out here, and then they went back to Ireland to a different county. I'm in County Mayo. They went to County Kerry. Supposedly, there was a bar, like in the town, that the bar was supposed to be willed to him. But then when he got there, there was a big mix-up with they had to go to court and everything like that. So then it went up for auction, and they outbid him. So then they were coming back out again to America, and then I came back out with them.
Okay.
So, who'd you come to the States with, Mom?
With my oldest sister, Maureen, and her husband, John.
May I ask whom John was fighting against for the ownership of the bar? Was it his brother or other family member?
To tell you the truth, I'm not really sure. I think it was they were related in some way, but I don't remember. It could have been an uncle or something of that order. I'm not sure about that.
It's okay. That's fine.
And
then you came to...
I was young, and I wasn't paying that much attention to it.
Right.
To be honest
Yes.
with you.
So when you came out, did anyone else come out with you besides you, your sister, and the husband? Did anyone else follow from your family?
Well, I had 3 sisters here as well. There was 6 boys and 6 girls in the family, and all the girls came to America, and one boy, and the rest of the boys went to England to work. And, they'd come home like in the summertime and stuff like that.
So what was it like when you first got to America?
It wasn't bad, well, of course, I had to go to school until I was a certain age. And the kids were nice. I mean, I enjoyed school and that.
Where in America?
They always wanted to get in a circle at, say, lunchtime. They wanted to hear me talk. Come on, say something.
Where in America, ma'am?
What?
Where in America did you go to school?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. And why there? Why did they choose to go to Chicago? Your sister and brother? brother-in-law?
Well, that's where they were going, to Chicago.
I see.
That's where they lived.
Okay.
Mhm. All my sisters lived. They all lived in Chicago.
And around what time was it there? Like, I mean, like, was it in the 50s, 60s, somewhere around there?
Yeah, in the 60s. Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Mhm. Well, Brian has been to Ireland.
Yep.
Mhm.
How did you like that, Brian?
That was, what year were you here, Brian? Do you remember?
I was there in 2008, I believe. There's a poker tournament out there, and so I was playing satellite events to try to get into the big poker tournament in Dublin area, and then I drove from Dublin to Mayo, to the house my mom was born in with her 12 brothers and sisters. They're all born in the same bedroom of a 1-bedroom home.
Yeah.
So I slept in that bedroom that they were all born in.
Three-bedroom home.
Oh. But you guys were all born in the same bedroom, right?
Right, yeah.
And the fireplace was the stove and the heating apparatus and the kitchen area.
Yeah.
And you guys, there was a picture of like about 7 kids all laying in front of the fireplace to sleep nice and cozy at night, right?
Yeah. Oh no, they had their own beds, but the young ones would fall asleep by the fire because it was so nice and warm.
Not too sure. 835. You know what color it is?
And you guys burned turf, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain?
I still got the turf. I just I make a fire in the evening like this, like it's almost 10 o'clock here now.
Can you tell?
I always make a fire before I go to bed, so that's nice and warm and makes you sleepy and stuff.
Can you tell the audience what turf is?
Well, turf is you dig it out of the ground. It's called bog, and they use either machine or you can do it by hand. It's called a slane, and you dig it up. It looks like a long loaf of bread. And then they throw it out, and then that has to dry and stuff, and then they bring it home in bags for the winter time or when the weather gets cold. You have a big shed of turf.
And
it makes it. It's amazing the heat that's from that fire. It's unbelievable. And the chimney, the way it draws that up and the fire lights up, it still amazes me every time I make one. And it's hot. I mean, you sit beside it. I have to move back because it's like it heats up the whole room.
Wow, it's kind of like Nachiketa. He heats up the whole room, if you know what I mean.
I make no claims whatsoever. I'm not sure about that. And when did you go back to Ireland, ma'am? Like, how long did you live in America, and when did you decide to go back? And you're staying there now, right?
Well,
you live in Ireland.
I've been over here now since April.
Of this year?
Yeah, because I'm getting some work done on the house. My brother passed in 2017, and he left me this little farm. Like I need a farm like a hole in the head. But anyway, It's for everybody. It's not just for me. And so the house, it was very damp. But we needed a new roof, so now they should be almost completed with the roof this week. I'm hoping.
What if Brian came and what if Brian came and did the gardening and did some work around the farm, and make it nice and productive.
Oh yeah, he could do a lot of stuff around here. Believe me. I wish he was here. Because a lot of the kids now go to school, and it's so hard to get any of the young people to work. I'm telling you, it's unreal.
Well, it sounds like a calling. I mean, all Brian would need is probably a plane ticket, one-way ticket to go there, and then you contract them out. You say, okay, for this ticket, you're gonna have to work it out, work it off, and do some work around the garden. And the house, and it's a good opportunity, especially nowadays with all the stuff that's going on, making a self-sufficient, environment would be a big plus for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go, Brian. I think we figured it out, bro. I think we figured it out. If I had an opportunity to go visit my parents, I tell you, ma'am, I would. But they're afraid of me a little bit because of the whole jabby situation. And both of my parents are vaccinated fully, but I'm not at all. And they are afraid to see me because I'm not vaccinated. That's my situation.
Let's see what's
I'm not sure now if you have to be vaccinated or not. It used to be that you had to, that you wouldn't be allowed into the country without vaccination. But I'm not sure. You'd have to check with the immigration, for that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see what's going on at Paul and Slave Show. Looks like he's restreaming me. Let's see what they're talking about.
Okay.
Showing the truth. Again, I wasn't necessarily into this.
No,
that's the not gook. That's please. There's an Asian here. It's white goo. It's like a.
The nurse was down to see him, and she said, "Oh, is this one of your daughters?"
Cover my face in white goo.
Oh.
Why
would you cover it in white goo?
And I'm starting to think Brian O'Shea's mother's hot to trot. Because, I'm kind of just saying that, being flippant and seeing where this all goes. Because Brian O'Shea is disgusting. Right? I mean, all these people are disgusting.
People are disgusting.
Right. Ian knows. So, I'm just kind of going with it, playing around a little bit. And then Brian O'Shea's mother's like, oh, cover my face in white goo. And then, so, I mean, what am I to think about all this? Brian O'Shea says his mother's sticking her fingers in his brother's rectum and laughing about it. I go to say something that I think would be sort of, kind of off-putting. Brian runs with it. The mother's into it. These people are bizarre. So this is a disturbed family, the O'Shea family. I got to tell you. All right. Yeah, I was having fun in the moment, just kind of playing around to show everybody who these people really are. Boy, did I get down to it. All right. So, this is really what I'm about, is showing the truth. Again, I wasn't necessarily into it.
What do you think about how he's talking, Ma?
Who was talking there?
It's Paul Enslaved.
Oh, I thought Paul left.
Yeah, he's doing a broadcast about my broadcast that we just did. It's kind of, we're getting lost in the metaverse here, but let's see what he was saying.
No, that's the not gook. That's please. There's an Asian here. It's white goo. It's like a conglomeration of. It's an Asian term. It's a conglomeration of the word white goo because it's a white consistency. This cover up makeup stuff, but it's white goo, right? It's like the way we say it. It's like white goo, I don't know if you can hear
Or
me.
Wygook, is that how you pronounce it?
As I've said in the past, someone down there says you gave a wrench. I gave him a wrench specifically because I knew he was disturbed and bizarre. And I only wanted to give him a wrench so that he could sexually torture people metaversally. For all of the miscreants and malcontents and malformed, metaversal beings.
Yeah.
Brian, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
It's after 10 o'clock, so.
Hey, how's it going? Good, how you doing? We're with Paco. We have our projectors in the office.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm going to get ready for bed, okay?
All right. I appreciate you being here, Ma. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Mrs. O'Shea.
Call me anytime.
All right.
Love you.
All right. Love you too. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Well, that's cool, man. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity. Like it seems like
I
nobody
want
wants
them
that.
to have some kind of a form of discipline, or some form of repellent to keep them away. So I, gave Brian O'Shea the wrench, only him, because I knew how disturbed and bizarre he was, and he was one of the only ones who could get done what I needed done, and rather enjoy it along the way. So there's a reason for everything.
Wygook?
Maybe.
Yes. So Mom, here's the sentence. You say, since I'm making the product, right? You say my son Brian has this new product. So you go ahead and say that.
Okay, my son
And you're telling me that she's not.
My face looks radiant from my son's white goo.
Oh, wonderful.
Right. She's got
Wow.
a talent for this reading stuff. And you're telling me that she's never done any professional work?
Yeah, Mom.
Bring anything to her table and she can get it done.
I want to look fresh.
I'd like to.
Right. And that's, it's sort of, this is a great product, Mrs. O'Shea, right? A product for the women.
Good. So we had to take this over surplus of
Crazy thing about it, because it's made with all naturally, but internally also, because they're all natural.
is into drinking UT therapy.
It's out of hand.
So
no, this isn't fun. This is what this O'Shea.
So, yeah, we got to break it up.
It's up to. I was just kind of joking around a little bit to make it happen, to give you a good look at who these people are and what they're about. Brian O'Shea is desperate. He's lonely. He's sexually repressed, oppressed, depressed, pretty much on all levels. And now he's calling his mother up and telling her, well, I don't even want to repeat it. Okay, it's just. All right, let me get back to it, and then I got to stop this. And I got to get on with the breaking slave news. I guess we can fast forward, see what he's saying now with them. And this is he got me. He said he's going to compete with me. He needs content to be desperate and compete with me for live stream viewers. So he pulled out the old mother card, called his mother up, and again, I'm not going to repeat it.
Well, no, it's a long sentence. You say, my son Brian drinks the liquid gold from UT therapy.
Okay.
But I prefer to chug the.
But I prefer the white goo.
I don't know, man. I heard about making money here, but
yeah, I think you got it.
All
I think you guys are making fun of me.
Well,
no.
I really wish this was someone else's mother we were doing this to. I'm not gonna lie, but I think you're kind of I don't know. I'll let Paul handle it. He's since he doesn't have the
right. And someone down there is saying, "I see why Paul will never be anyone or go anywhere in life." Just apparently this segment, which you did it. I just kind of added in a little bit. Yeah, this is apparently it. This is why nobody would ever go anywhere in life. Whatever. Stick to doing heroin and sleeping in a tent. Yeah, those are two things I plan on not doing any longer. But thank you for your contributions and support. Heroin and tent. Got it.
Hey, my.
Yeah, the man told me stick to doing heroin in a tent. It's not the best life advice, I'd say.
I told everyone on stream one time, So Nachiketa,
Yo,
what are your
what's up?
thoughts on all this?
I don't know. I would just focus on like the opportunity and the positives. Like you have an opportunity. Like that door is pretty. You can gather enough money.
Hold up, Nachiketa. I'm trying to figure out your thoughts on this restream thing about Paul restreaming this and his thoughts on the thoughts we were having.
I don't know, man. Like I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it, to be honest.
John was sick and you had to give him a suppository and he was crying his eyes out. I walk around and I don't know, but figured I'd get your opinion on it since I did tell the whole world about it.
I don't remember giving him a suppository.
Oh. I don't know. I thought you were kind of, I don't know, maybe you were happy that he was going to be getting healthy. Kind of.
All right, I'm going to speed up and see what else he's up to there, and then I'm going to move on. I'm sort of over it at this point. You can't always pull the mother card out. We'll see. For live stream. So he's restreaming me, restream him now. That's his version of content, is restreaming me talking about him. All right, so I'll just stop restreaming. All right, everybody immediately leave Brian O'Shea's platform and broadcast. He went with a hacky bit. It's been done many times before. Called up his mother, and yes, I helped facilitate that to show how hacky he is and how much of a disgusting human being he is. So yeah, I played my part to get it done, as always. But now he's degenerating into faceless presentment. He's now held Nachiketa hostage. He's shanghaied Nacho Keto, and now he's going to restream the restream because he's run out of content. He's fucking 18, 20 minutes into a live stream. He's run out of content completely. Pulled out the old mother card, called his mother up, and again, I'm not going to repeat it.
Really have a lot of thought on it, to be honest.
O'Shea's platform and faceless presentment.
Well, there you have it, people. There's that's the Paul and Slave show we were just checking in on. He happened to be restreaming me, and then it turned into him. Wait, what's happening here? I was streaming, then he was streaming, but he was streaming me. Then I went over to his show, watching him stream me, but then he started watching me restream him. I don't know. I'm
okay,
confused.
Brian. Yeah, Brian, can I say something? Like, can you tell me how you felt when you were over at Paul's channel and you were talking about, your day, and your live streaming and stuff like this over there? How did you feel like that conversation initially?
The conversation about what again?
So like towards the end, right before you left, Paul had a very poignant points to talk about, in regards to what he felt that you should do. And from what I've heard, and I agree, it was tough love, man, in a lot of ways, because you were sulking a little bit. And in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion about the matter, is that if you just change your mindset, and change your attitude, perhaps things will also be different as well. And another thing was like one of the things, and I think you were joking though too, like you're like kind of walking down the hallway, and then one of the like kind of crazy thoughts that you had was that you hoped that you would like run into your millionaire friend and he's gonna just like spot you, some money, and then you had this like kind of imagination of like having a good run at the casino, and that was gonna like pull you out of that situation. It would be a great like Cinderella story, right? But it's interesting how our desires kind of start to play a role in our mind. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah. There's a couple ways you could look at it. There's one version would be the Cinderella where you know, it'd be here would be the positive spin on it. Like it'd be a business opportunity if I ran into an old friend who was successful in poker, and he gave me an opportunity from a business standpoint, since he knows that, you know, I have had results in the past, and perhaps I could reignite that fire. And then there's another way to look at it where I'm looking for some sort of quick fix.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a couple ways to look at it.
Yeah, and you know, when I inquire these type of questions, it's not a judgment thing. It's mainly about the individual just exploring, you know, by themselves about what the possible intentions could be, you know. And once you become more aware of what your intentions are and why these thoughts arose, you know, what are the dreams that it wants to fulfill in my mind, right? And so it helps to change perspective in the matter, because those intentions are sometimes subconscious to us. You know, we are not aware of them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a duality there where, you know, because one side of the argument would be, no, you gotta, you know, you can't be looking for a handout per se from your friend. You know, you gotta get it out the mud yourself. You gotta put in the work. And there's no quick fixes to this thing. And then there's the other side of the coin, which would be, no, you previously showed your skill. It's proven. You have the graphs. So if someone wanted to make a business investment and put, you know, because when they make that investment, they don't necessarily, you know, it doesn't change. It wouldn't necessarily change the car situation, like the homeless situation. It would be like, could be a potential job opportunity. Like if he put up money.
Okay.
Usually.
1 second. I apologize to interrupt you, but like if you had $1 million and then, like, you know, and then you looked at yourself in this situation and you called yourself up and say, hey, can you spot me $1,000? Let's be realistic. To really bankroll a $1-2 game, I played poker a little bit before. You need at least $5,000 to $10,000 as a bankroll, because you ain't always going to be running good. You know, I mean, you can play perfectly and you can still lose. We've all done that. We've lost to one-outers before. You know, if you played poker, I've won like 1-2 online poker tournaments, like small one. It's like $2,700 for one, and like other one was like $800, and I won some other smaller tournaments. Whatever, I have some knowledge of it, you know. But like realistically speaking, you and I both know to play poker, you're playing against odds, and you have to really pick on that loose cannon or a fish or whatever, because you ain't going to be playing that hard against other good players. It's just, it doesn't work that way, not in my experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm following you.
Like,
but
like that's what I mean. It's like so like if you really wanted to do it properly, you know, you have to think about all these other factors, like of having a bankroll. Like I said, for a $1-2 game, you probably need at least 5 to 10 grands behind you, and you're going to be buying in what 100. Well, when I used to play 1-2, it was $300 to $500 that we were buying in at, and then 2-5 games were at least $1,000. You know.
The way it would work with because I've had this happen before when they shut down online poker in 2011. You know, a lot of people started playing in casinos because a lot of the online guys, especially in America, because they shut it down in America, you know, the online poker. So a lot of the guys in America that weren't playing online poker, that weren't like that didn't move out of the States to keep playing online, they started going to casinos. And so when I was living in Arizona at the time, and one of the local guys, one of the online pros, who had a bunch of, they call them horses when you have if he was backing me, like staking me, I would be his horse, right? They call it.
Yeah.
So he offered me the opportunity that I'll put you in this 2-5 game, and I'll put up the daily buy-in, I'll put up the daily stake, and whatever you make, if you profit that day, we'll just split it. If you don't, we'll put it in what do they call it? Where it's like you owe it, like you have to sort of clear that before you get the profits next time. So it was just a daily thing. If I win that day, we split it, and he would give me I would show up at his house in the morning. He'd give me the money. I'd go to the casino. I'd play. If I won, we'd split it. and then maybe I'd keep the stake for the next day. But basically, we'd meet daily, like before, whatever it was, before or after we were playing. I remember, and that's just how it worked. So, yeah, that's kind of how it would work in this scenario. Like, but some people have different deals. Like, some people have, I guess it depends on the deal you make with the person. Like, even if like that was a 50-50 deal, like that we had, like, so he's risking the money, but you know what I mean? He's getting 50% of the profits. So, and what else? And then some people run into problems with the backers because they'll get into a bunch of makeup, they call it. So like if you lose, especially in the tournament where there's more variance than even like the cash games. Like I was playing cash games, like the 2-5 cash game.
Yeah.
A lot of these tournament players, especially if you're playing the higher end tournaments, you could start building up a lot of makeup. So I know guys that could get like hundreds of thousands into makeup, which is essentially debt to the backer. And so
you got to make it to the bubble. You got to make it to the bubble, and that usually doubles your money back. And then if you do well,
right.
I mean,
So let's say
if you make it
so it would be uncommon for some of these guys, depending on what stakes they're playing, to be a few $100,000 in makeup to the backer, and that'd be common. That'd be like normal operating procedure. But the problem that happens is then the person has no income coming in. You know what I mean? The poker players. Now he's 200,000 in makeup. So it starts to fuck with your mind and shit. So a lot of times shit could start going weird because it's like now you don't have a good mind. Now you're playing. You have all this makeup.
Yeah, you're not playing. Yeah.
And in fact, my roommate had that exact scenario. Like he was in all this makeup, and then you're 200,000 in makeup, and he's like, "Well, why am I going to play this $10 tournament where I can win $600?" And the backer's like, "No, I want you to play that tournament. Like I'm here for the long game." But then the horse is like, "Fuck, dude, this is like." He's like, even if he's not rationally thinking, he's like, this is humiliating. Like I'm 200,000 in makeup and you want me to play a $10 tournament. So like, but like the backers, like the more rational, I'm like, no, dude, you're playing all the tournaments. Like this is the deal we had. So then what ended up happening with him was he popped a big tournament for like, I don't know, say like 350K. So then he got himself out of makeup, then he was plus 150K. So that's kind of a relief off your shoulders. You got out of the makeup, you know what I mean? So, but those are just common everyday scenarios. You know what I mean? In that world.
Well, okay, but I mean we're getting off track here because the main reason for this talk at all is like, yes, okay, I believe the fact that you have poker experience and you could have a good run, but the situation really is that there were these thoughts that came from this kind of desire to get out of the situation. It's really like improbable, it's like very improbable that anybody, and then you called your brother, for example, and I don't know your brother at all, but based on that conversation with you, it didn't feel very warm and cozy to me, to be honest.
On whose end?
Both. Well, both, but from your brother for sure.
Right.
But maybe that's just me. If I could be reading the situation completely wrong.
No, so see, that's the thing. Like, and that's so, like my mom says, like, oh, you should call Kevin. Like you could go live with him in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then you guys get to experience what it's like for me to talk to Kevin, and you feel the non-warm coziness. And then that's her suggestion, though. So everyone says, oh, she's so adorable, blah blah blah. But then she makes suggestions like that. Like, why would you want to send me to a person who clearly isn't warm and like clearly, like almost it seemed like he doesn't like me in some respects. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that's your impression when you say non-warm. So why would you suggest me to go live with someone or to borrow money for them for plane tickets or whatever it is, when potentially they may not even like me, let alone just be warm and cozy? You know what I mean?
Okay, so like, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but there's sometimes like within families, there's a little bit of like politics going on because nobody, maybe they think or feel a certain way about you, Brian, your brother or your mother or whomever else in the family, but they don't have any heart to be able to express it like honestly to you, even though maybe they talk about it amongst themselves that way. I think that happens in my family about me, actually. I think they think I'm a little bit schizophrenic and, I'm a little bit into conspiracy stuff. I'm a flat earther, blah, 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 and I've talked about all these, and my brother is 20 years older than me. And my brother and sisters are very successful people. you know, in different fields, you know, and I'm living a little bit like you, kind of like, you know, vagabond lifestyle. But I'm grateful. I'm very grateful to be where I am. You know, I've seen a lot of things in life, and life can be very beautiful this way, you know. But,
Right.
you know, I kind of am understanding where you're coming from is what I'm trying to get at, you know. And I don't bother my brother and my sisters. Like I try not to. They have their own lives, you know, and we meet when we can every once in a while. But they would be the last people that I would ask anything from, to be honest.
Right. Let's see what Paul's talking about.
He's now held.
Just checking in on. He happened to be restreaming me. And then then it turned into him. Wait, what's happening here? I was streaming.
But like you care about it so
much. He was streaming me,
you know.
And I went over to his show, watching him stream me. But then he started watching me restream him.
Okay, maybe I should just go over there, Brian, and talk to
Brian,
Paul.
can I say
something? like, can you?
Were you saying something just now, Nachiketa?
No, man, I was saying like you care about Paul. Maybe we should just go over to Paul's channel, both of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just listen a little bit more. But yeah, feel free. Do whatever you want. I'm just gonna listen to this a little bit.
All right, you enjoy.
Tell me how.
All right, Nachiketa. Thanks for coming by, man.
How you felt when you were over at Paul's channel? You're talking about, you know, the conversation about to often change your attitude, perhaps in that situation, and it would be a great, like, you know, Cinderella story.
And, you know, get some results and report.
And at Purna, I'm hoping to connect with her to
enough shit. And then there's, you know,
would want to go run to the Himalayas or whatever. Metaversal miscreants.
Sign out or something, and then I'll look at it after.
Yeah.
If I briefly.
Job opportunity, like if he
roll a 1, 2, 8.
All right, so I'm going to transition.
$800, and I won some other smaller tournaments. Whatever, I have some knowledge of it, you know. But like,
all right, so I'm going to transition. Greetings, Mr. Wizard Creature. I'm going to transition, if you will. Is there anything you want to get to or want to talk about? I got Yurt person who I'd like to speak with briefly.
No, nothing major. I got home and they doxed me, or they restricted my El Perro channel, and I'm just looking for help to get my other channel up on StreamYard so I can start streaming from there.
At some point, if you remember.
I know it's
is a chat. There's some folks in the chat who, well, you know if you know.
We had a good time. Oh, here's Mr. Unslavius in the house. What's up,
Greetings, Yurt person.
How you doing? I was just about to wrap this up to handle some things. I was maybe going to come through and say what up to you, but what's going on, man?
All right, you know, you got to watch out for some of these people like that. Well, Provo Child's been well behaved lately the last few days, but you got to watch out for these folks because they'll try to give you compliments and get on your good side, and then they'll use you and abuse you. So just watch out.
Well, yeah, it's a very sort of abusive system on here on the social medias. We've all got to sort of acknowledge that and accept that's the game we're playing here. A lot of triggering and, you know, miscreants, metaverse miscreants.
So what was today's, unless you want to wrap up, unless you want to go into something, what are you wanting to do right now? You want to wrap up? You want to have a back and forth? What are you feeling?
Well, I got a little munchkin in my arms as we speak. So I got to handle this dude. But why don't I pop up there and you're like 10, 15 minutes. I'll come jam with you on some stuff. I would like to, I'd like to bring up, I started reading this Yoga Nanda book. I don't know if you've heard of this dude, but they're going to be where a lot of learners do today.
Those folks who leave out of the mainstream cultural paradigm. So yeah, you got folks everywhere you go where they're going to tell you, hey, you got to get that 9 to 5 dress up in a, you know, it's sort of, this is a great product, Mrs. O'Shea, right? We're gonna send it back to it, and then I got to stop this. I got to get on with the breaking slave news. I guess we can fast forward, see what he's saying now with them, and this is he got me. You know, he said he's gonna compete with me. He needs content to be desperate and compete with me for live stream viewers. So he pulled out the old mother card, called his mother up, and well, again, I'm not going to repeat it.
Well, no, it's a long sentence. You say, my son Brian, I don't know. He's
in support.
I'm a suppository.
You know, you can't always pull the mother card out. Let's see. For live stream viewers. So he's restreaming me, restream him now. That's his version of content, is restreaming me talking about him. All right, so I'll just stop restreaming. All right, everybody immediately leave Brian O'Shea's platform and broadcast. He went with a hacky bit. It's been done many times before. Called up his mother, and yes, I helped facilitate that to show how he is and how much of a disgusting human being he is. So yeah, I played my part to get it done, as always. But now he's degenerating into faceless presentment. He's now held Nacho hostage. He's Shanghai Nacho Keto, and now he's going to restream the restream because he's run out of content. He's fucking 18, 20 minutes into a live stream, and he's run out of content completely. Pulled out the old mother card, called his mother up, and well, again, I'm not going to repeat it.
Really have a lot of thoughts on it, to be honest.
O'Shea's platform and faceless presentment. He's now held Nacho hostage. He's Shanghai Nacho Keto.
It was that's the Paul and Slave show we were just checking in on. He happened to be restreaming me, and then then it turned into him. Wait, what's happening here? I was streaming, then he was streaming, but he was streaming me. Then I went over to his show, watching him stream me, but then he started watching me restream him. I don't know. I'm
okay,
confused.
Brian. Yeah, Brian, can I say something? Like, can you tell me how you felt when you were over at Paul's channel and you were talking about, your day, and your live streaming and stuff like this over there? How did you feel like that conversation initially?
The conversation about what again?
So like towards the end, right before you left, Paul had a very poignant points to talk about, in regards to what he felt that you should do. And from what I've heard, and I agree, it was tough love, man, in a lot of ways, because you were sulking a little bit. And in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion about the matter, is that if you just change your mindset, and change your attitude, perhaps things will also be different as well. And another thing was like one of the things, and I think you were joking though too, like you're like kind of walking down the hallway, and then one of the like kind of crazy thoughts that you had was that you hoped that you would like run into your millionaire friend and he's gonna just like spot you, some money, and then you had this like kind of imagination of like having a good run at the casino, and that was gonna like pull you out of that situation. It would be a great like Cinderella story, right? But it's interesting how our desires kind of start to play a role in our mind. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah. There's a couple ways you could look at it. There's one version would be the Cinderella where it'd be here would be the positive spin on it. Like it'd be a business opportunity if I ran into an old friend who was successful in poker, and he gave me an opportunity from a business standpoint, since he knows that, I have had results in the past, and perhaps I could reignite that fire. And then there's another way to look at it where I'm looking for some sort of quick fix.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a couple ways to look at it.
Yeah, and you know, when I inquire these type of questions, it's not a judgment thing. It's mainly about the individual just exploring, you know, by themselves about what the possible intentions could be, you know. And once you become more and aware of what your intentions are and why these thoughts arose, you know, what are the dreams that it wants to fulfill in my mind, right? And so it helps to change perspective in the matter because those intentions are sometimes subconscious to us. You know, we are not aware of them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a duality there where, you know, because one side of the argument would be, no, you gotta, you know, you can't be looking for a handout per se from your friend. You know, you gotta get it out the mud yourself. You gotta put in the work. And there's no quick fixes to this thing. And then there's the other side of the coin, which would be, no, you previously showed your skill. It's proven. You have the graphs. So if someone wanted to make a business investment and put, you know, because when they make that investment, they don't necessarily, you know, it doesn't change. It wouldn't necessarily change the car situation, like the homeless situation. It would be like, could be a potential job opportunity. Like if he put up money.
Okay.
Usually.
1 second. I apologize to interrupt you, but like if you had $1 million and then like, you know, and then you looked at yourself in this situation and you called yourself up and say, hey, can you spot me $1,000? Let's be realistic. To really bankroll a $1-2 game, I played poker a little bit before. You need at least $5,000 to $10,000 as a bankroll because you ain't always going to be running good. You know, I mean, you can play perfectly and you can still lose. We've all done that. We've lost to one-outers before. You know, if you played poker, I've won like 1-2 online poker tournaments, like small one. It's like $2,700 for one, and like other one was like $800, and I won some other smaller tournaments. Whatever. I have some knowledge of it, you know, but like.
All right, so I'm going to transition. Greetings, Mr. Wizard Creature. I'm going to transition, if you will. Is there anything you want to get to or want to talk about? I got Yurt person who I'd like to speak with briefly.
No, nothing major. I got home and they doxed me, or they restricted my
and yeah, these are just sort of how to do these things or do. So, you know, don't experience. That's just kind of how I see it.
What's up, Christos? Good to see you, man. And I'll just toss one more thing, then we'll let Christos add his 2 cents here. I don't know if you heard. Do you guys hear Moose big time in me? Moose and
Yeah, what you're saying. You got to kind of search yourself to find out, are you doing fear-based reality or are you being careful and going with what's intuitive? So, you know, at one point in my life,
Well, we what did we do? We're almost at the 2-hour mark. It's some decent numbers there, whatever that's worth. I appreciate it though. Yeah, good conversation with Paul earlier. Called my brother and my mother. Yeah, a little content right there. Good or bad, whatever it is. A little insight into my world a little bit. It's a little introduction to a couple of my family members. You know, figure give you guys a little taste behind the scenes. And yeah, the metaverse live streaming. So go get some sunshine, people. Or go over to Paul's. Go over to Paul's channel. I'm gonna shut this down. I'll probably see you guys over there. But it's been another one. We did it. We're doing it. All right, I'll see you guys later. I love you. Squirt out.